Hello, hello. Welcome to A Horror Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about spooks, scares, frights, and stuff that terrorized us during the week. My name is Chilling Chupacabra, and with me is my horrifying co-host and wife, Krabby Kitchen Knife.
I feel like I need to talk like Mr. Krabs.
You should. Try. Do it. Do it.
Oh, God.
That was really bad.
I can't do it. I never really watched SpongeBob, so you know this.
Yeah, you don't, because sometimes I do.
I mean, like, I know what he sounds like, but I haven't watched it long enough to, like, really get a grip. I know he sounds like an Australian pirate.
An Australian pirate?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. He does sound like a pirate. Australian, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
So you're saying that all pirates are Australian?
The theme song, no. The theme song is his voice, too, right? He lives in a pineapple under the sea.
I thought the theme song was by the voice of SpongeBob.
What?
The guy that does the voice to SpongeBob, Tom Kenny. I thought he was the one that sung the theme song.
I don't know.
I don't
know anything about anything. You've given me so many SpongeBob references that always go right over my head. I remember my stepbrother watching that shit, and I thought it was the stupidest thing I'd ever witnessed in my life.
The stupidest thing, but it is also the funniest thing.
I didn't appreciate stupid things when I was a child. Sorry.
So Nick, who was the best man in our wedding, and also the guest on the
Zelda month
on the Ocarina of Time episode.
Yeah, that gourd flute.
The gourd flute, Jesus Christ. When we worked together, we would just throw
SpongeBob quotes,
references and quotes back and forth the entire time. I think that's why we're such good friends, because we can SpongeBob at each other. So, yeah. So we have a little bit of a
cop out,
if you will.
We have lots of those, though, so you guys should expect this at this point.
Yeah. So my family is visiting from Puerto Rico. So we've been getting the apartment ready. We've been getting the cars ready because we had to lend them one of our cars. And that ended up apart from me working 9 days in a row with
almost breaking your legs.
11 to 12 hours, almost breaking my legs since last 2 weeks ago. So since episode 57, I've been working straight. I didn't have enough time this past week to go through The Evil Within 2. I did start it. I put in about 6 hours into it. I know the game is about 12, so I wasn't able to finish it. So it might be next week, or it might be the week after, that we do get the real final horror console episode.
So stay in those spooky spirits.
Yeah, so just get out of it for like next week's episode, just in case. And
then we're going to pretend that it's Halloween again.
Yeah. But have you been feeling Halloween-y lately?
No. I'm ready for Christmas. This is the first time in my life. I was driving down Cimarron, and it was in Altamont. And you know how there's like that Hobby Lobby down in like a ravine that you can see, like, you know how the Toys R Us was like down a hill,
right?
And you can see
right.
it.
Yeah.
There's a Hobby Lobby there too. The entire front wall of windows is full of lit Christmas trees, and my heart started thumping. I wanted to come home and make some cookies and put on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, make some hot chocolate, curl up with my blankie, live my best life. I'm ready. I'm so ready.
It just doesn't feel like people have been very Halloween-y this year.
Yeah.
Whilst last year, people were excessively Halloween-y since like August.
Yeah. And normally we are that. I decorated the apartment a little bit, but
yeah,
I didn't go to the level that I wanted to because of supply chain issues. Our Michaels never got the Halloween decor that they'd been advertising.
Really?
And I gave up.
Really?
So,
wow.
Yeah. We just stuck with the stuff we had last year.
Which is not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. I just wanted more witchy things.
I see.
Make all of the religious people that come into our apartment uncomfortable.
Oh my God. which is not a lot.
No.
It's like half a person. And her name's Luna.
Oh, Luna. She's named after a witch.
Oh, that
A very
puppy.
quirky witch.
So yeah, I don't know. I've never been the biggest Halloween person.
It's also really hard to get into anything seasonal in Florida where it feels like summer all the time.
That's true.
It's so hard to get into the spirit for anything.
That's true.
Especially since I think last year, fucking Christmas Day, it was like 85 degrees.
Oh man, fucking Santa must have been sweating his balls off.
Right?
Poor fat man.
Come down here in some Bermuda shorts and a tank top.
Free balling. So last year I was very excited about Horror Month because, you know, we were doing the podcast. We were still starting.
Getting married.
We were also getting married. And I was like, oh, cool. Now I have a reason to actually look forward to Halloween because it's my wedding anniversary. And, you know, I got to experience stuff that I hadn't experienced before, like Ghostbusters. And
that was fun. That was really fun. And Hocus Pocus, even though you hated it.
Hocus Pocus and Medieval. And I really enjoyed that. So this year I wanted to like feel the same feelings, but I haven't.
Yeah.
And
I think I've only watched Hocus Pocus like twice.
Oh,
That's
boy.
unnatural for
That's
me.
a lot. That's a lot of that
That's
horrid
nothing.
movie.
Nothing. Because I never got into like Halloween Town. I know people are going to be like, ooh, blasphemy. But I don't know. I didn't really like that one. Hocus Pocus, my jam.
And that to make up for the lack of a final horror console where we talk about a book and a game, we are going to do a Halloween-centric episode for Patreon that will be released on the 31st.
That's the plan, at least.
It's probably
We
going to
make all
happen.
these grand plans.
It's probably going to happen because it's probably going to be like this episode where we just sit and start talking into the microphones without paying attention to each other, just
Yeah.
saying random words. But it should be a decent episode. Maybe that'll get us Halloween-y for what's left of this
One
month.
day.
But the final horror console episode is coming. I am going to finish The Evil Within. I just need to make some time to get into it because I don't know if I like it or not yet.
I could have finished Empire of the Vampire because I downloaded like a free trial of Kobo books or something like that to get the audiobooks. I could finish it quickly. The audiobook narrator is the worst. I can barely understand anything he says, so that's not going to happen. We're just going to have to go back to the physical.
But also, you should have been reading Empire of a Vampire, but you've been stuck on Nailbiter.
I have been binging Nailbiter. I also realized that I'd put everything, I checked out everything on Hoopla. Are you going to do your thing?
No.
No? You're not doing the thing?
No.
Okay, I checked everything out on Hoopla.
I went to rehab for the Hoopla thing.
Oh my God.
And I would appreciate it if you wouldn't bring that word up because it might make me...
Trigger you?
Yeah, and I might... you know.
Anyway, you shouldn't joke about things like that. Oh my God. Anyway, so it lets you check these things out for 21 days. And you can renew them, but I've been really irresponsible and have racked up a library fine, so they won't let me renew anything until I pay the fine.
I said Hoopla, and Luna's just like staring at me. She's staring
Luna,
into
you like
my
Hoopla?
soul.
You like Hoopla, Luna?
I think she hates it when I make that noise.
Luna finally got groomed and looks like a human again.
A human. Yeah, she does look like a human. She doesn't look like a dog anymore.
But anyway, I looked at Hoopla because I was like, oh shit, I think I've got some stuff that's going to return soon because it auto returns. And I checked it and it's like 9 hours. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to still be asleep when this returns. So I stayed up until after 1 a.m. finishing the nail biters that I had checked out. So through volume 4, I have now read. And it ends on a fucking cliffhanger, like a major cliffhanger. It's so good, though. I never thought I could get into serial killer shit. What the hell?
I think that the part where you are off right now was a little bit before what I fell off of.
From what I saw on Goodreads, it looks like they have through volume 8 right now, I think.
Wow, they've done a lot.
Yeah, there was one that published this year. I don't know.
It published this, then it's not over.
Volume 8 did.
It's not over yet. No. You watched the Muppets Haunted Mansion.
I did. Oh my God. So I was trying to get you to come into the bedroom to see this shit because I was shocked by how many like big celebrities were in this silly movie. It was actually really cute. Haunted Mansion is my favorite attraction of all time, even though it is kind of hokey and it's not like exciting. It's not a roller coaster. It's my childhood. It's my favorite forever.
Okay,
ever and ever.
I am gonna give you that the Haunted Mansion ride is actually really cool.
It is. It really is. I mean, it's held up. The other stuff needs to be updated, but it has maintained the magic.
The part where all the ghosts are dancing, like in the
graveyard,
in the banquet room in the bottom.
Oh yeah.
And then the whole graveyard part. I feel like that ride builds up to like a grand finale.
It does.
In a specific Disney way that only Disney can do, and they pull it off flawlessly.
I always love the floating candlestick down that long hallway. You know what I'm talking about? And then the part where you go backwards into the graveyard. Oh, I love it so much. But the movie,
what other ride also does?
What? Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
I hate wait. Let me guess.
You should know. It's one of my favorites.
Splash Mountain.
No.
Space Mountain.
No.
Thunder Mountain.
No mountain.
No mountain. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I love this ride. I cackle like a maniac every time I get on it.
You do. Oh, God. It's not Carousel of Progress. Nobody laughs at that. Well,
at the terrible
maybe laugh at
animatronics.
Uncle Orville. Oh, God. Don't tell me. It's at Magic Kingdom, right?
Nope.
No, it's not at Magic Kingdom.
No, it's at Hollywood.
It's at Hollywood?
Yeah.
Wait, no, don't tell me.
You should
don't
know.
tell me. Don't tell me.
What is it? Okay, 5.
Don't tell
4,
me. It's not Star Tours, is it?
3.
No, don't
Star
tell
Tours,
me. Don't
Star
tell
Tours
me.
makes me queasy as hell.
Oh, yeah, it's difficult.
3.
Tower of Terror?
Yep.
Oh, so see, I'm thinking of the non-thrill attractions, you know?
See, because Tower of Terror, they tell
He
you...
loves Tower of Terror.
They tell you a story the entire time
That's
since
true.
you walk in. And it ends in that drop.
It's so good.
And depending on the randomness of the drop,
you don't know if it's going to go up or down.
It's going to end up in like 6 drops, maybe. So,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I love that ride. That ride is so much fun.
Let's go to Disney.
I did that with Fat Edgardo.
Oh, my God.
And,
does Fat Edgardo listen? Is he going to know that we call him Fat Edgardo?
He knows everybody.
Does he know? Okay.
He knows everybody calls him Fat Edgardo.
Do people who don't have 2 Edgardos in their life still call him Fat Edgardo?
No, they might call him Fat. Gordo. So, I mean, he responds by it, and he's not offended by it. And if he is, he should tell me so I can stop calling him fat.
Yes, we won't call you Fat Edgardo if that bothers you. Not that you listen.
He also calls me fat too, so
well then
it doesn't matter.
It's fine.
I remember we did that right, and there was this little kid sitting next to him.
Did he squish him?
Oh, he hit the kid.
Oh no! Oh no!
We would. I think it was when we were going up. He had his arms up, and his arm got like jerked down.
Oh,
and he hit the kid. And
that sucks.
I was laughing really hard because the kid was screaming his head off. Then he just smacks the kid.
That's terrible.
It was great. And then he's just laughing because he hit the kid.
Oh, of course he was. Of course he was. Oh, my God.
And then in the picture, you see the picture, and I think it caught the picture in the exact moment when
he smacked the kid.
When he smacked the kid
my
with his
God.
elbow.
I can't. I can't.
All right, so back to the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, so I really appreciated it because it was just a big nod to the attraction. Like, they go into the stretching portrait room and they have like Mrs. Piggy instead of the ballerina. It's all Muppets instead of the actual portraits. And Will Arnett is
boy.
He's like the ghost host, basically. And he's taking them through the house, and he like goes through the whole portrait room script, and like they even do the scream. They don't show the person like hanging from the ceiling, but they do the whole thing.
I can't believe they still have a person hanging from the ceiling.
They still have a person hanging from the ceiling, swings and everything.
I can't believe some Karen hasn't complained about it.
Well, they have talked about removing it. They just haven't done it yet. So
they probably won't.
I don't know if they will. I mean, they're changing a lot of things. Like Red, she's no longer being sold at auction. She's taking over everything.
Are they getting rid of all the entire ride of Splash Mountain because
they're making it Princess and the Frog?
Because all the characters are extremely racist.
Yep, straight up.
Oh,
it's based on a very racist film.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Anyway,
you know, you can't even find that movie anywhere.
No, it's that bad.
Yeah.
It's that bad. But it was cute because they even have the portraits with the exact same. You know how when you first go in, there's the lightning and the portraits change with the lightning. So like you have Medusa and stuff. It was the same portraits but with Muppets. That was fun.
That's great.
Who's
is
the
Beaker
guy with like
in it?
Yes, Beaker is in it. Very, very briefly.
Who's
very
Beaker?
briefly?
Is he like a victim
He's
or something?
in the mansion.
He's a ghost or something?
He's not a ghost. I don't think. I don't remember. Maybe he was a ghost.
I love
who's,
Beaker.
Who's the egghead looking dude with the glasses? He's one of the busts in the library.
Is it Bunsen and Beaker?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
But
I just know Beaker because he's so funny.
It's mainly Pepe and
Pepe.
what's the guy's name? The blue one with the nose.
A Gonzo?
Gonzo, yeah. It's Gonzo and Pepe who are going through the whole mansion together. But it's cool because when they first get to the mansion, they go to the graveyard and they find the groundskeeper who is what's his name? He was Harry Potter in the Harry Potter musical. He was on Glee. Chris somebody, right?
I don't know.
Anyway, he's the groundskeeper, and then we get to see like some ghosts. One of them is Carlton.
From The Fresh Prince?
Yes.
Alfonso Ribeiro?
Yes. One of them is the girl from This Is Us. The big girl. I don't know her name.
I don't know. This is us.
There's somebody else really famous who's a ghost.
Did you say Machete was in the movie?
Yes, Machete is one of the ghosts in the graveyard. How cool is that?
Danny Trejo.
So cool. It was a
man.
really cute movie. I enjoyed it. It was really silly, but I mean it's Muppets. So what do you expect?
Yeah. How long is the movie?
It's only like I think it might be less than an hour long. Let me look.
Really? Huh. I mean, maybe I should watch that. That sounds like
it's fun. It's really funny, and like you know how they'll sneak in like an adult joke here and there that the kids aren't going to get, which I can appreciate. So I just put it on to have something in the background while I read Nailbiter, and
you ended up watching the movie.
Yeah, it was really cute.
That sounds pretty cool. So you know that last week we talked about Tomie with Burger Champ, right?
Yes.
So
it's only 52 minutes long.
Huh.
It is cute. Oh, and John Stamos is in it. He turns into a monster.
I see him. So we talked about Tomie, and we kept saying Tomie.
Yeah, Tomie and Tomie and
yeah. So
Tomie
Gigo, one of my friends and also a listener who royally listens apparently,
Thank you.
He said that Tommy's pronunciation is Tomie.
Is it Tomie or Tomie?
Tomie.
You just said both ways.
Tomie. Yeah, it's Tomie space AY.
Did he send you a voice message saying
He sent
this?
me one of the shorts on YouTube, the Junji Ito shorts. And I think it's like a scene where they're burying her or something and they're talking about her. And they say her name and it's like Tomie. So now we got a somewhat of a word for her name.
I saw that Burger Champ recommended on Goodreads some of his other stuff, like the cat stuff. So
Cat stuff?
I need to add it. Yeah.
The other stuff that's
Junji Ito.
Right, that's not horror.
Yeah.
I did touch something really cool this week.
You touched? Oh, yeah, you did touch something.
I touched something extremely cool this week.
What was that?
It was a piece.
It's something in association with David Hasselhoff.
How?
He was there when it happened.
So
he was like singing.
Of course he was. Oh my God, David Hasselhoff.
I remember seeing a video of it. I think at school they showed a video of like David Hasselhoff. Like, yes, explain this part of history with David Hasselhoff.
So was it David Hasselhoff singing the
that made it fall down?
No, he was singing the song from Kung Fury. A true survivor.
Oh, God.
That's on the wall. So it was a piece of the Berlin Wall. I touched a piece of the Berlin Wall. So it's
pretty cool.
I think I've said it before that I deliver and install appliances for a
You've
living.
said it many times.
So I went to this older couple's house to deliver a fridge, and while I was getting everything ready inside the house, I was going to walk out to go get the fridge. The old man stops me. He says, "You see that stone?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Touch it." Like, okay. So I touched it. And I said, "What about it?" He says, "You just touch a piece of the Berlin Wall." I'm like, "No, you're kidding, right?" He says, "No, really, look at it. Turn it around." I turned it around, and it had bullet holes, graffiti, everything. It was the coolest thing. It even had a piece of rebar sticking out of it. And I asked him, how the hell did you get this? Like, how did you get a piece of the Berlin Wall?" He says, "Well, we were there when it was coming down, when they were tearing down the wall. So we grabbed the piece, and we took it." Like, wow, that is insane. And
It's also like crazy to think sometimes about how close we are to things in history, like to events in history. Like I was just scrolling Facebook today and saw that in 1975, aka after our parents were born, were women allowed to have bank accounts in their own name.
what?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That's some suffragette shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suffrage era.
Wasn't Berlin Wall
Was it
Nixon?
like 80s, 70s, 80s? I'm
no
going to
idea.
look. One moment.
Yeah, I have no idea. I do know that it was a big moment in history, and it was good that they tore that shit down. So it's crazy. It's crazy to me to think that something like that is in Central Florida in an old couple's house. Like, what else are people hiding in their houses that nobody knows that's there? Something that should belong in a museum. So
November 9th, 1989. Only 2 years before I was born.
it's like
That is insane.
It's like 8 months before I was
Before
born.
you were born. That's crazy. Yeah,
nuts.
that we were so close to that event. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wow, that's insane. Apart from that, I said that my family's visiting, right?
Yes.
So yesterday, when they got here, we dropped off the suitcases and stuff at our apartment, and you had to wait for Luna's groomer.
Poor Luna.
So my family and I had decided to go get hot dogs from Hot Dog Heaven because I've been talking to them about these hot dogs and how amazing they are and whatnot. And we get there, we order. I start eating first because I had to go get your order too. So when it sit too long.
Thank you.
So when it sit too long and get soggy, and when I sit down, the next person who sits down is my sister, and she sits next to me. And she said probably the one thing that's made me
Shocked you?
shocked me the most and made me the most proud of her my entire life. She said, I'm getting into Nirvana. Are there any other good bands like that?
Random as fuck.
And I'm like, really? And she says, yeah. It's like, okay, then listen to Pearl Jam and Soundgarden, and then we can talk some more. She said, really? I was like, yeah. If you think Nirvana's good, you're gonna love them. Those are better.
Speaking of music and things that surprise us, can we talk about the Miley Cyrus cover of Nothing Else Matters?
With
What
Elton John.
the fuck? That song is amazing.
It is really good.
It is so good. So good. I decided to listen to the new Elton John album Friday night just for shits and giggles. It sucks. It's really, really bad. And I thought that I had reached the end and Spotify was just giving me random suggestions. But then I realized I was still on the same album. So I'm assuming he's just playing the piano that's in this song. But holy crap. It is so good. So good.
It's really cool that he also got Robert Trujillo to play his part on the bass.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And James Hetfield has said before that he loves how Miley Cyrus sings.
I mean, I do too. Like, you could knock her all you want, but she can sing.
She does have a really good rock metal voice.
Yeah, like a female, like
kind of like Maria Brink from In This
70s.
Moment.
Yeah.
She can actually, that song is actually a really
That
good
really
cover.
gravelly voice.
Yeah.
I guess you could say. She don't sound a damn thing like her daddy.
No, he doesn't.
Don't
No, she
tell
doesn't.
My heart, my achy breaky heart. That was my favorite song when I was a child. They have so many cassette tapes of me like going around the living room dancing and singing to that song. There's one video of me with a box of like Valentine's chocolates, and they're playing that song, and I'm walking around and handing out chocolates to everybody.
Oh my God, you're such a cute baby.
I loved that song so much.
Was it your dad told me a story once that you were screaming your head off saying some words and he didn't understand what you wanted. He kept asking, what do you want?
Achy breaky.
And you wanted the Achy Breaky song.
I was obsessed with that song. They also like recorded, I think he was on like Montel or Oprah or something.
Oh, Lord.
And performed with his mullet and everything. And they would put that on for me over and over and over. God, it's a terrible song.
So
Terrible.
This week we don't have a Burger Champ email.
No.
He's had a week with his job, like he always does. But we do have a message from Wolfgang on Patreon.
Yes. Our new friend.
So I read the message
New-ish.
and I said, okay, so I wanted to bring this up last week, but
We forgot.
I got so involved with Burger Champ that I completely forgot. He does say something along the lines of, do you like Quentin Tarantino?
No.
My answer is no, I don't like Quentin Tarantino.
I definitely don't. Jesus
But
Christ.
he did say that because he wants to kind of write a story, right? And he's thinking about creating a story and joining like books and video games into kind of like a Quentin Tarantino setting, which got me thinking, what book or game do you see Quentin Tarantino directing?
Oh, God. Oh, Nailbiter.
No, it wouldn't be Nailbiter. It would be Toenail Biter.
Right?
Because he has a foot
Anything
fetish.
by Junji Ito, I could see him doing. Lord have mercy on their souls. There's some fucked up people. Whew.
I
Or like
would,
Ninth House, too. It was pretty fucked up.
I would picture the Mario Bros. Movie.
Oh, Lord. Blowing each other's heads off.
He would stomp on a Goomba and just sprays of blood would come
The
out.
the turtle shells come for you, and then these like rabid piranha turtles pop out of the shells and eat you up. Blood spurts everywhere.
Fuck. See,
I've only ever...
And Mario would go on a monologue about cocaine or something.
Oh, God. I've only ever... The furthest I've gotten in a Quentin Tarantino movie was it Django?
Django?
Is Leonardo DiCaprio in that one? Okay, I was forced to watch part of Django Unchained. I only made it to the part where the poor slave is up in the tree and they set the dogs on him when he comes down. That's as far as I got. I could not handle it anymore past that point. It's too much. It's way too much. Oh, God, help me.
I see, my problem with his movies, it's not like the violence or the gore or the topics he likes to touch. It's just that he does it. To me, it feels like his only point is to create shock value.
Yeah, it's almost hokey. Like it's like that fucking Godzilla movie where everybody has an honorable sacrifice, and like it doesn't mean anything anymore because literally everyone is sacrificing themselves. It doesn't mean anything anymore when you're blowing a bullet through somebody's head and blood flies everywhere when you're literally killing everyone.
It's like that one scene in Pulp Fiction where they're talking and John Travolta kills the guy in the back seat by accident, and all you see is like a giant blood splatter in the back window. It's like, okay, fine, he killed them, but is that necessary? Like, what is your point?
I remember my mom like having a surgery one time in Tampa, and my brother came down, and it was around when Hateful Eight came out on DVD.
Oh, Lord.
And he sat in a separate room by himself to watch, and every time I walked through, I had to cover my face. I couldn't handle it. He thought it was good, if I remember correctly, but I don't even want to listen to it. It's too much.
It's not for me. I mean, I appreciate the Robert Rodriguez movies because the point of those movies is gratuitous violence and exaggerated blood and gore because it's exaggerated blood and gore for the fun of it. It's not exaggerated blood and gore because I have a message to tell, and my message is so important that nobody's going to get it. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I don't like it. I don't like his movies. I just don't.
He's a gory Adam Sandler because he has his whole crew: Samuel Jackson and Leo, and isn't Leo in a couple of his movies, or is he only in that one? I thought he was in a couple.
I don't know.
Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson is in like all of them.
Almost, yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, like we always do. So before we start losing the listeners that Burger Champ brought in, let's get
Thank you, Burger Champ.
Let's get out of Quentin Tarantino because I feel like we're going to anger a lot of people. So let's just go ahead and jump into discussion time. So for this week's discussion time, I thought it would be fun to talk about books and games that scared us when they weren't really supposed to be scary, or just books and games that we remember that they scared us.
Yeah.
Mine are all from my childhood, and these are not scary games at all. But for some reason, they scared the shit out of me. I was also a very scaredy child.
Two of mine, one of them is from my childhood, one of them is from high school, one of them is quite recent. Yeah.
So how many you got? You got 3 or 4?
3.
3? Okay. So let's start with your first one. What is it?
I guess we'll go in chronological order. We'll start with Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Okay, let's do that.
And I feel like we've probably touched on this before, but I was reading this book in the 3rd grade, and I was short on AR points, accelerated reader points. If I did not get so many points within like a 3-day period, I was going to fail reading.
They'll hold you
basically, yeah.
They'll ungraduate you. They'd send you back to the grade before.
3rd grade to 2nd grade. Oh God.
Shit, if it would have been for that, I would still be in the 2nd grade.
Oh dear.
Wow, I'm stupid.
Well, my teacher, she called my mom and told her and everything. Oh my God, it was the end of the world. But she also knew I was reading Harry Potter. I think I'd already read Prisoner of Azkaban that year. So my mom went out and bought me the Goblet of Fire cassette tapes and made me sit alone in her bedroom with this gigantic boombox all weekend listening to this damn cassette tape. Because guess what? Back in whatever year this was, we didn't have Audible where I could listen to it at 2 times the speed.
It was in the early 1900s when cowboys were still around when this happened.
It is crazy like how much technology has advanced just in our lifetime. It is insane.
Okay, it's crazy.
It's creepy.
It's crazy to think that in the 1910s there were still cowboys around.
Yeah.
Like outlaws and shit.
Yeah.
So the only reason that I know that is because I played Red Dead Redemption.
Oh my God.
And in the first game, they hand the main character at one point, I think it's a Colt 1911, and that gun was, I think, created in 1911 because it's named after the year it was made. And I was like, huh, okay, this is something. Like 100 years ago, there were still cowboys around.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just think about the fact that, like, I used to carry around a little CD player and a suitcase full of CDs.
Huh.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Now I look at you funny if you talk about CDs.
I feel like I had a CD.
I don't know if the CD player in my car works because I've literally never used it. Never.
Me neither.
Never. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, I had to listen to this and I still didn't finish. Well, I did finish in time, but I was still listening to the very end of it, like Monday morning as we got ready for school. It was that bad. And that was when Mr. Voldy was transforming from his baby Voldy form into his very Satan-like man-voldiform. And that was pretty scary. It wasn't scary to the point that I was ready to stop reading. But I was almost, my mother's husband at the time was listening, and he's like, oh my God, this is satanic. She can't read these books anymore. How dare you let her read these? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you're not my dad.
My real dad lets me watch Lord of the
My real
Rings.
dad took me to the book fair and bought me the first book, actually. So I think it was a combination of like finding the whole description scary and being scared that they were going to take it away from me because I loved it. But I mean, it is scary. Like, they describe him opening his eyes for the first time, and like they're red and slitted like cat's eyes, and his Michael Jackson nose, and it was scary.
Michael Jackson nose.
And the whole like cutting off of a hand and slicing poor Harry's arm open, and it's all in a graveyard. It's all in a fucking graveyard. It's scary. It's very scary for a third grader. I'm like about to fail if I don't finish reading this scary book.
So it's like extra scary.
Yes, it's real life scary and fantasy scary.
Jesus Christ, I would have had
It was a very terrifying experience.
would have had a complete mental breakdown.
Yeah, they wonder, they're putting me through all these tests, like trying to figure out why I have a high heart rate. I'm like, I think it's just because my entire life has led me to be an overly anxious person.
It's like the doctor's like, do you why are you so stressed? Your life is normal. And you tell him, listen to this shit,
Let
doctor.
me tell you my life story, and you tell me why I'm so fucking stressed.
I had to listen to Satan being born for a class in 3rd grade.
And I wanted to keep reading, but my stepfather was like, this is satanic. We have to bless her. Oh, God.
We have to bless her.
And then in high school, I kept reading the books, and my boyfriend was like threatening to break up with me and wanted to bless the house with holy water.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
The Bible Belt is serious.
I sit here and think, like, if I had gotten my way and married him when I turned 18, I'd probably have like 5 children by now, and I'd want to kill myself. It's nothing to joke about, but it's the truth of the matter, honestly. Anyway,
So
what's
my first game is Mario 64. So you think Mario 64, blue skies, running around, stomping on Goombas, kicking turtle shells, and
Quentin
climbing.
Tarantino edition, terrifying, boom, 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 blood flying everywhere.
So I feel like this game might be the reason why I have a few certain fears that I have no idea where they came from or how to explain them happening, because I have never been in these situations apart from in a video game. So there's a level called Dire Docks where you start off the level, you're kind of in a little beach area, and then there's water, and in the water there's a sunken ship, and there's a giant eel in the sunken ship that is horrifying to look at.
That sounds really scary.
It is the scariest eel that I've ever seen in my entire life.
But have you ever seen Flotsam and Jetsam in The Little Mermaid? Because
Yes.
they're pretty fucking scary too.
They're creepy looking.
Yeah.
So
Their glowy eyes.
So this eel, you have to make it get out of the ship so you can get into the ship so you can go collect a star. And it moves in the most weird way possible. It's kind of like a bad animatronic inside a video game with giant razor sharp teeth that's trying to bite poor little Mario underwater, who's drowning at the same time.
Mario!
And I was fucking terrified of it. Later on, older, I actually managed to, get it out, race the boat up, and then there's another star that you have to get, which is attached to its tail.
Oh, no.
Not only do you have to get close to this creepy ass eel, you have to chase it. And I'm not afraid of eels in real life. If I see one, I'm not going to touch it, obviously.
Obviously.
But that level itself also created another fear. And it's, for some reason, I am inexplicably afraid of the underside of ships, of boats and stuff.
What?
Yeah. Like, I've always said that if I fall off a cruise ship, I'm going to swim towards the rotors because I do not want to be under the ship.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
Yeah, I am.
Just swim away from the boat.
No.
Oh,
no.
dear.
I don't know what's inside the water.
Oh,
I don't
my gosh.
wanna
So
be
we have
there.
an irrational fear of the ocean. Well, no, that's not an irrational fear. The ocean is a terrifying place.
There's giant fish with light bulbs on their
Eels
heads.
and well, those are at the very bottom. You're not going to get down there and still be alive.
Crabs in there, and apparently
Oh my God.
crabs can swim too, which is even more terrifying.
The crabs.
So
Ooh, with their tentacly eyes. Oh God.
testically eyes. But yeah, I would go into the water and swim down, and there was no way in hell you could get me to look up to the underside of the ship. And to this point, in any video game that there is a ship and I can look under it, I can't. I cannot.
That's the funniest thing ever.
It makes my skin crawl. It gives me that same feeling of crabs touching me.
Do you even know what a crab touching you feels like?
Yes, I had one run over my foot.
Oh,
and
right. I forgot about that.
I could feel it for days. So
Next time we get sushi, I'm going to take one of my pieces of crab and rub it up against your arm.
only if it's a hard shell crab.
But the thing is, you eat eel.
I eat eel. That's fine.
Do you just like not think about what it is while you're eating it?
No, I don't care
No?
about that. No,
No.
I was afraid.
I have to not think about what it is while I'm eating it.
I was afraid of that one eel because it was
Okay.
horrifying.
That particular eel.
Yes, that one particular
Okay.
eel. I can actually show it to you in the
I'm
game
good.
because
No,
I have
don't
it
want
on the
to.
Switch.
I don't want to. They're like snakes to me. Oh, I can't
Like
stand
most of the
it.
time when people say I'm afraid of something in Mario 64, they talk about
The eel.
not the eel. They talk about the piano in the Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
Because there's a ghost piano that starts chomping and chasing you, and every time that it chomps, you can hear like out of keyed notes being played on it.
That's
And
pretty scary.
the thing is, I played that Haunted Mansion, and I was perfectly fine. And I got chased by the piano. I got the coin near it and everything, but the eel, it's the fucking eel that always got me. But now I have a fear for the rest of my life because of that fucking eel in that stage.
So
The music is so relaxing, but goddamn, fuck. What's your next book?
So it's actually the whole fucking series. I'm really embarrassed to admit this, but please take into account that I read these books in high school. I think I read the first book my freshman year and would have finished the final book my junior year, I think. I was actually with the same boyfriend when the last book came out, who was wanting to bless my house with the holy water.
Oh boy.
Is the Twilight series. Okay, so this is another like kind of situational one too, because it like always worked out that I was reading these books on a weekend that my dad had visitation, and we had a bedtime at his house. Thank God it was at a period where I was not sharing a room with my sister. Otherwise, I never could have gotten away with it because she's a real stickler and wants to go to bed on time and will scream at you if you don't follow the rules.
She still does.
Yeah, she does. But I would leave the TV on, muted, and get up like at the TV and read by the light of the television. Sorry, Daddy, if you're listening. Makes you feel any better? I snuck out of Mama's house. Anyway, so the first book, I was so terrified the whole time that James showed up and is like stalking them on the softball, baseball field, whatever, and chases her all the way to Florida or Arizona or wherever the fuck it was.
Wait.
Shut up.
The baseball field where they had to play baseball in a thunderstorm.
Yes.
They would hit the ball
Yes.
so hard.
When he shows up, oh man, it gave me all the heebie-jeebies, and I was just on edge. I was on edge for the whole remainder of the book. I was only like 15, okay?
There was a creepy stalker stalking them. They were playing baseball, and it sounded like thunder strikes, and it was raining. A bunch of wet vampires. What do they smell like?
Oh, shut up. Probably, I don't know. Mildew. I can't. But what really scared me came later on. It was the fucking Volturi. I need you to take one for the team one day and sit down with me and watch all of these movies. You got to read the books otherwise.
Neither.
Yes.
Neither.
Yes. I need you to appreciate how stupid it is and know that it scared me.
Watch our listeners start messaging me on my personal account saying you have to watch Twilight.
Watch Twilight. Matt did it. Matt watched Twilight. He watched every single fucking movie. It's just like Harry Potter. They split the last movie into 2 movies. The last book into 2 movies.
I can't watch Harry Potter either.
You get to watch Taylor Lautner fall in love with an infant.
Oh my God, that is so...
And lots of atrocious Native American racism. It's lovely.
Oh my
God. What's the word I'm looking for? Stereotypes. It's bad. It's bad.
I always think about that one TikTok with the altered
Oh, with the face where she's like, "You nicknamed my baby after the Loch Ness monster."
You're pregnant on my baby.
I do remember like watching Breaking Dawn Part 1, and it was so cool. It ends with her waking up, and she's a vampire.
I saw that movie.
Her red eyes.
I did see that movie.
Her acting got a little bit better as we went along.
I went on a date.
What?
With this girl from high school.
Then you fucking gotta watch these movies with me. You watched it on a date. You gotta watch them with me.
She forced me to watch that movie, and oh my God.
It's bad. They're really bad. They are so remarkably bad. Mm-hmm. But the Volturi scared me when I was reading them.
What the hell is the Volturi?
They are the like elite vampires who live in Italy. The old school ones who make the vampire laws.
Okay.
Dakota Fanning is one of them.
Oh my God, of course she is.
Yes.
You said the Volturi, and for some reason I'm thinking this is like a ginormous structure or edifice that's shaped like a bird cage, and it's filled with vultures.
I can't. No. They're old school Italian vampires.
Oh my God! What does that even mean in Italian? How do you spell it?
Volturi.
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 Volturi. Let me see. Volturi.
Define Volturi.
Meaning English. Let me see.
Oh God.
Okay. The Volturi are the largest. What?
It may just be something she made up. It's not necessarily a word.
Let me see. So the Volturi, Volturius, definitions, vulture. It looks like it's the Latin word for vulture.
So they're the vultures of the vampires.
I wasn't wrong.
Well, no shit. It's the root of the word.
I wasn't completely off.
Oh, God.
So, is that it?
Yeah, they scared me. They scared me.
Creepy
It was like
vampires.
these big bad vampires in their creepy home cave thing. It scared me.
Oh, Lord. So, my next game was GoldenEye 64. So, GoldenEye 64 is the
Pierce Brosnan
James Bond game for the Nintendo 64, which is actually a game that revolutionized first-person shooters on home console.
Really?
It's the first. Is it the first? I'm not 100% sure if it's the first, but it's the one that popularized multiplayer on home consoles for first-person shooters. Before that, I am not 100% sure if it had been done or not, but this is the game that got it right. And the funny thing is that they actually added the multiplayer like 4 months before the game came out. They're like, "Oh, maybe we should do a multiplayer," and it ended up being the best feature of the entire game. But the first time that I played this game was with a neighbor, and I think we were like 7 or 8 years old. We also didn't know English, so we also didn't know what buttons open doors and whatnot. We just know, oh, C button shoots. So we got stuck on the first level for months, and we had no idea where to go. First, we didn't know how to open the doors. When we figured that out, we had no idea where to go. So there were, like, for some reason, like manhole covers that were extremely detailed, like very detailed man covers in a Nintendo 64 game. In Nintendo 64 games, if you see something that's very detailed, it's because you can interact with it. And we would stare at the man cover, and we're like, should we press the button to go in? Maybe this is how we finish the level. Maybe this is how we go. And we were so terrified of pressing the button to go into the manhole cover, which you actually can't do, because we thought there would be monsters inside.
Oh my goodness.
And we were terrified of finishing that stage. Turns out that the way you actually finish the stage is you got to actually jump off the dam, like Bond does in the movie at the beginning, where he just bungee jumps off the dam. We thought there were monsters in GoldenEye.
Bless
and then
it.
we used to play.
The only monster was Sean Bean.
The only monster was Sean Bean. And we would talk to all the neighborhood kids about video games while we played and all that stuff. And there was this kid that was significantly older than us. I think he was like 3 or 4 years older than us. And we were talking about GoldenEye with him. And we told him, no, we know how to finish the stage, but we're afraid because there's going to be monsters.
We're afraid.
We're afraid because there's going to be monsters in the sewers after we open the manhole cover. And his exact words translated into English was, "You guys are very stupid. There are no monsters in James Bond. It's about real people."
Oh, bless.
And after that, we went back to playing the game the next week or something. And we were looking at the manhole cover. And I kept telling my neighbor, "Don't open it. There's monsters inside. Don't open it." And he said, "You're being very stupid. There are no monsters in James Bond because it's about real people." And he pressed the button, the manhole cover didn't open. So we got stuck again.
Way to go.
We didn't know how to finish the stage then either. What's your next book?
My last book is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo, specifically just the first chapter. That's all it is. It's just the first chapter. So this is actually a book that I think you may have bought for me. No, I think I got it from the library because I don't have it anymore. And I don't think I would have gotten rid of it. But I do think I got it like right after you bought me a book. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Reading it in the old apartment, and I don't know if you remember how like there was like a tree right up against our window, and it could like scratch at the window and stuff.
The bamboo shoots.
Yes, when we thought that somebody was outside our window one night, and it was a raccoon.
It was a ginormous albino possum.
Oh. I had to send him outside with a knife and everything because we thought somebody was trying to get in our window.
I was ready to stab it, and then I see it walk. I'm like, oh, this is what's scaring her.
Oh gosh, but it got kind of creepy. So I'm reading this book in that apartment at night. The first chapter. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. It had me so wound up. So it's like in Russia basically because it's Grisha stuff. I've talked about Grisha before with Shadow and Bone. And there's this little boy who has been sent outside in the middle of a storm to close the barn doors because they banged open. He goes out to close them and there are all these noises. And I'm like, poor little boy. His name is Dima. I'm like, he's gonna die. He's gonna die the most painful death. There is a fucking beast monster in the barn. Oh my god. I kept having to close it, and I'm like, I'm being crazy. Keep reading. I have to close it.
That's exactly how I felt with James Bond.
Oh god. The manhole, lift it, close it, lift it, close it. Oh boy. But yeah, then he gets saved. And it's fine. But it was really terrifying for that first little bit. Oh, I was so scared for that little boy. And she just describes everything in the creepiest. My skin was crawling. Oh.
That's how I feel when I see crabs.
I was so scared. Yeah, and this was only like 2 or 3 years ago. Oh boy.
So my last one is Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
What?
So in this game, you play as Dash Rendar, who's an extended universe Star Wars character. He's kind of like a parallel to Han Solo, but more aligned to like the ideals of the rebellion. Mm-hmm. and you in the game you take the game starts off with you taking part in the Battle of Hoth. You remember the Battle of Hoth?
Which one is that?
Episode 5, where it starts in a snow planet.
Yes.
Okay. So in that game, so the first, I think, like 1 or 2 levels are in Hoth. So you're taking part in the fight. Then you actually help the rebels escape. So in the second stage, you have parked your snow speeder. You walk out into the main hall, and you actually see the Millennium Falcon like take flight, like fly out of the hangar. And there's like stormtroopers in the snow garbs and everything, and you're killing a bunch of stormtroopers, and it's all fun in games until you take a wrong turn and you open a door, and there's a Wampa inside.
No!
You remember what the Wampas are?
Yes, the thing that they cut open and go...
No, that's a Tauntaun.
No, not that thing. What's the Wampa? The big monster, scary looking...
That put Luke in the ice upside down? Yeah.
That thing. Oh, God.
So I actually want you to see what
looks like the Abominable Snowman.
Let me see if I can actually find a picture of the Wampa in the
game.
In the game, because you need to look at this.
I need to feel your fear.
And horrifying abomination of a creature. Let's see if it loads. Nope, it didn't load. That's great. Let's see that thing. So
yeah, that's pretty scary.
Imagine your 7-year-old self having the time of your life, killing stormtroopers. You open the wrong door, and one of those massive things charges at you, screaming. It's excessively polygonal, and the skin looks like it was just thrown on it, and the face is the creepiest shit you can possibly imagine.
I would argue that the movie version is creepier, but still.
Yeah. So it got to the point where it killed me, and I specifically remembered how to get to the Wampa so that I wouldn't do it again.
Bless your heart. Oh, poor 7-year-old hubby.
And the thing is that
he was scared.
I was terrified. So the thing is that after at the end of that stage, you fight an AT-ST, the 2-legged one.
Yeah,
the AT-ST.
The ones who just look like an eyeball on legs.
The ones that look like a giant robot chicken.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not the big
not
ones.
AT-AT.
Yes.
Not AT.
Not the Yeah.
The half AT.
The AT-ST. So you fight one of those, and you think you're fighting a giant robot chicken. That should be scary. No. So I would kill it, I would exit the level, and instead of going on to the next one, I would just replay the level again. And I would just keep replaying the level over and over again. And I would always avoid the room with the Wampa.
Oh
on
my
purpose,
gosh, that's
because
cute.
it was the scariest thing. And then one time, months after, I rented the game again, and I played it, and I accidentally opened the door.
Oh no!
And there's a version of the gun that you use that actually shoots like homing missiles that do a lot of damage. I unloaded the entire gun on the Wampa.
Did it take him down?
Yeah, it killed him.
Look at you.
After like 4 shots, it died, but I just put all 16 into it.
All of your rage. Jeez.
And then I would just walk over the corpse just looking at it because it was the scariest thing. And maybe sometimes you think, oh, if I'm in control of the situation and I can look at it.
Yeah, it's different.
And everything, maybe the fear
won't be as scary.
The fear will go away. But as it turns out, going to Sam's or Costco or Walmart or Publix and looking at the shellfish display case
my Lord, it doesn't abate your fear.
No, it does not.
Oh my
It
gosh.
still makes my skin crawl seeing them dead on the shelf. But it did work with the Wampa.
You're so weird.
But you know what time it is?
It's time for Give Me the Garbage.
All right, that is Give Me the Garbage.
restaurant is Build My Burger in Orlando, Florida. Is this a chain?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
And it's Build My Burgers.
Oh, Build My Burgers. Excuse me.
My burgers.
Burgers. It's plural.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a place that Chris actually discovered on DoorDash one day when he was fending for himself for food. Yeah. And he's like, oh my God, this burger is amazing. We have to garbage it. So
I actually wanted to go there
to the place
and eat it because apparently they have really crazy good ass milkshakes.
Oh.
And these burgers delivered on DoorDash
are still good.
Are freaking amazing. In the place, they have to be wow.
Yeah, because we know how bad burgers can be transported.
Yeah, they actually do the right job of wrapping it in the right things and then putting it in the right container instead of just throwing the burger bun ass first into the container.
That was so stupid.
Oh God,
so stupid.
I feel like we still need to give that place another shot. But
do we?
Maybe when we have money to waste.
Yeah. But Build My Burger is cool. You get to choose your bun type. You choose all of your toppings. You have multiple sauces to choose from, cheeses, and you can get more than one. I don't know about the cheese. You can get more than one sauce. You can get lots of different toppings. I don't know if you can get more than one cheese. Probably. Maybe. It might cost extra.
I think it might cost extra. They have like cheese. They have American.
Swiss.
Which actually the American that they use is actually really good. I am surprised that it's actually that good of an American cheese. They have Swiss, which your burger had Swiss. They have something they call smothered, which I'm guessing is a mess of a sauce of cheese
probably
sauce.
like nacho cheese sauce, maybe.
And then the other one is like no cheese. So if you like no cheese, you can choose no cheese.
It reminded me a lot of Five Guys because they had like raw onions and grilled sauteed onions, and so I got like raw onions. I got
it feels a lot like Five Guys, but it's cheaper than Five Guys.
And bigger.
And bigger than Five Guys.
A lot bigger. Yeah, like full size burger. Whereas Five Guys, I feel like, is a fancy steak and shake size burger.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what I got on mine. I got Chipotle sauce. I got banana peppers, mayo, ketchup. I'm
actually looking up the order right now that we did.
Thank you.
So that
you're the bomb.
So that we have exactly what we got. But tell me about the fries first before
the fries were so good. Weren't they crinkle fries? No, they're not.
Crinkle crotch.
They are crinkle fries.
Crinkle crotch.
Oh God.
Crinkle
fries, but they transported really well too. They weren't soggy. They were pretty crispy. I mean, they weren't like super crispy by any means. They were seasoned really well, and they come with a container of cheese sauce and a container of bacon. Because they would be loaded fries, but they don't send them to you that way, which I appreciate because they'd be a soggy mess. But that cheese sauce is bomb. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like a beer cheese. It's not a beer cheese, but it's more flavorful than just a regular cheese dip for your fries.
Yeah, it's a very cheddar heavy sauce, but it also like a lot of cheese sauces, when you let them sit, they get chunky and weird.
Yeah.
This one stayed a nice, smooth, creamy consistency the entire time, even when it wasn't hot. It didn't feel like it got clumpy.
And the bacon was nice and crispy. They give it to you in like bacon bit form.
Last time I ordered those, they actually gave me like actual strips of bacon in my fries.
Oh, damn.
So I would dip the bacon in the cheese, and it was fantastic. All right, so I do have here the burger options. Let me see. This is my burger. Okay, so this is the burger that I had. So the options that they had for the burger are brioche, which, oh my God.
Duh.
A pretzel bun, which, again, awesome. Lettuce bed, which sucks. Bread bowl, burger bowl, which also sucks. So if you're having a very greasy burger, just have it in the bun. Don't go lettuce wrap or burger bowl. They also do have a single Black Angus patty, double Black Angus patty, which is what I got. They have fried chicken, spicy fried chicken, veggie burger, and Impossible burger.
I was about to say, do they have Impossible burgers for our vegan friends?
Yes, but for some reason, it's $5 extra.
Well, I mean, stuff like that is normally more expensive.
I feel like that's excessively more expensive.
$5 does seem like a big difference, but I don't know because we don't. I mean, we don't frequently order stuff like that, so I don't really pay attention. Sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It does seem like a big difference.
Especially because the double, which is adding an extra patty, is only $2.50 extra.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
How much is the veggie burger?
The veggie burger is 49 cents extra.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Impossible Burger ingredients. I don't know.
I mean, is it hard to make an Impossible Burger?
I don't know.
Anyways, they do have premium garnish options. They have applewood smoked bacon, which is the exact bacon that they also put on the fries. They have extra proteins, would be an extra patty, which I had an extra protein and bacon. They do have an extra Impossible patty, which is another $5.
Jeez, that's a really expensive burger.
Yeah. Avocado, which is $2 extra. Add onion rings, which is $2 extra, or a fried egg, which is $1.25.
Yum.
So the garnishes, it says choose up to 5. I only chose 4. They have lettuce, spinach, tomato, onions, caramelized onions, pickles, black olives, banana peppers, jalapenos, red roasted peppers, onion bits, potato sticks, mushrooms, guacamole, and pineapple. And the guacamole is actually free compared to adding avocado, which is $2.
That just seems counterintuitive to me. Whatever.
So I had my burger on the brioche with 3 meats, bacon, onions, caramelized onions, onion bits, and potato sticks. Because you can never have enough onions, and potato sticks make the world go round. For the sauce, you have Thousand Island, buffalo, sweet Thai chili, mayo, spicy mustard, honey mustard, yellow mustard, ketchup, sriracha, barbecue, ranch, chipotle, and A1. I put mayo and A1 on my burger with American. And let me tell you, that combination of A1 with onion bits, caramelized onion and onions, and cheese and bacon is probably one of my most favorite combinations in the world.
Really?
Yeah. Because you get the A1 sauce is very Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcester sauce heavy. Just call it Worcester.
Worcester sauce.
I feel like it's more defined that way.
That's its new name, Worcester sauce.
It's like very Worcester sauce heavy. And Worcester sauce, it's kind of funky. It's tangy. It has a nice little bite to it that's not spicy, kind of tingly. And that mixed with the sweetness of the onions, be it cooked or raw or crispy, it just works in a very harmonic way that it makes me want to keep eating even if I'm full. So to me, that, and with the quality of the burger meat too, that is insane. That's like steak grade burger meat. So happy with that.
It was very high quality.
I did love it. Now you had, let me see here. You had the brioche with the double black Angus, applewood smoked bacon, onions, banana peppers, mayo, ketchup, and chipotle, and Swiss. I added the ketchup, which I shouldn't have.
Yeah, it was kind of weird with the ketchup, I feel like.
Because you kind of got like the flavor of the chipotle, but then it was overshadowed by the ketchup.
By the ketchup, yeah, it really was.
And then you ended up with a weird mix of trying to have chipotle flavor, but just not coming out because too much ketchup.
Yeah. It was also just a really bad day for us to have this because I was not hungry at all. So I don't feel like I really appreciated how good it was. I mean, it was good. But I feel like I could have enjoyed it a lot more if I had not been so full. I would not get it with ketchup next time. I did like the chipotle sauce. I don't know that I would get the banana peppers again. I just wanted a kick.
Banana peppers are sweet.
No, banana peppers have a kick. Thank you.
No, pepperoncinis have a kick.
Oh my God.
Next time you can do the jalapeno peppers because they're probably pickled jalapeno peppers, and
I'm okay with pickled jalapenos.
That's just flavor with a little bit of fire.
Yeah.
I mean, these toppings, I feel like they're lacking a little bit on the topics on the toppings. You know, you got
and the cheeses. I feel like they have a lot more cheese options that they could have.
Yeah,
Way more.
I'm guessing that they're This is what I'm thinking. I'm guessing that their signature cheese, and this is why they probably have such bland cheese options, is the smothered. Because I'm guessing it's this cheese sauce that they pour all over the burger. And that's probably why they just have American and Swiss.
We'll have to go in person and ask what the smothered cheese sauce is.
Yeah, I think we should do that sometime soon. Because I feel like I need another fix of A1 and onions.
We'll do a Gorbage Revisited.
I mean, we've done updates on Gorbage places, like in the intro and shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was still really good.
it was really good. Like I've had this place like 4 or 5 times, and every time I have been happy with my order, except for when I ordered the wings because they sat in the container because the DoorDash person was a jackass, and they got soggy. But other than that, pretty good fucking place.
Yep, I think it's a definite Gorbage.
That is a Gorbage. I feel like we haven't had anything bad in a while.
No, we need to have something bad.
I feel like we haven't had anything bad.
Popeyes was not Gorbage. It wasn't.
I feel like we haven't.
But it wasn't a garbage. We haven't had garbage in a long time.
In like a year.
Yeah, right. But I also like don't want to waste our money, you know?
Yeah. Wolfgang suggested that we go to Del Taco.
That'd probably be garbage.
Here.
Yeah.
Because it's not California. But I've had some pretty good food at Del Taco the last few times that I've gone off of the dollar menu.
You know what we need to Gorbage?
What?
We need to Gorbage Sonic.
Oh, my God.
Because that, I think, will be very bad.
Yeah.
But it might surprise us. We know the drinks are Gorbage.
See, here's the thing with Sonic. Their All-American burger is...
We need to get something other than burgers. We
No,
can't get burgers.
not the burger. The All-American hot dog is trash. It is horrid. The chili dog is okay. And they got rid of their Chicago dog. And their Chicago dog was actually really good. But, oh my God, I'm terrified of going to Sonic.
I love their drinks. I mean, I could go to Sonic every fucking day and get a cherry limeade.
They should stop making food and just make drinks.
They really should. They really should. And they should bring back the one that used to be over here.
Yeah.
So we don't have to drive 15 minutes to get to one.
Or the other.
Yeah.
They're both the same distance.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Build My Burgers, Gorbage.
Yeah. We can agree on that.
Yeah, that was a really good burger. That is a good option for whenever we want a good burger and we don't want to drive to Culver's or pay it out the ass for fucking Five Guys.
Or Teak.
or Teak. Which, God, I love Teak. I miss Teak.
We'll go to Teak soon. We'll go to Teak in the next week.
In the next week?
The Teak in the next week.
You know, we got to find a place to go eat that we haven't gone to eat before for next week's episode.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
Whoops. Sonic.
All right, so are you ready to get into some housekeeping?
I'm ready.
All right, so let's see here. Let me pull up the housekeeping script because I've been working off of 5 different screens and I only have 2 monitors. So go sign up for our Patreon. We are doing the Halloween episode.
We are doing the Avengers too. We fail.
Avengers is probably going to take 1 or 2 weeks while we get rid of the family. We might have a very, very fun episode for Patreon sometime this week.
Don't even tease that shit.
If things go the way that I want them to, we might have a very, very funny episode lined up for Patreon soon. But in the meantime, we are doing something Halloween-y for the 31st, so it should be out Sunday the 31st, which... You know, $2 a month, you get extra content, extra episodes. You can listen to our Thor episode, which is really funny. You can listen to all our other episodes where we just talk about movies or Karradyne's memories about reading books. And I feel like it's worth the $2. You also help contribute to our giveaways, which we are doing a big giveaway at the end of the year, which we will announce what we will be giving away when we do the best books and games of 2021. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole and on Facebook at facebook.com/anovelconsole. Don't forget, you can also tell your friends that they can find the podcast on most major podcast streaming platforms and that they can also listen on YouTube by searching for A Novel Console. Don't forget to tell them subscribe, like, and comment, which we would like if they did. You should also leave a review on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts so that more people can find us. And you can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com, and we will read your email on the show. If you want to message us through Patreon, or if you know us personally and you want to send us a message saying whatever you want, we'll talk about it on the show. I mean, we like it when people give us feedback.
Yes.
It's fun. And our art was done by Metamorphic. You can find her on Instagram, and the link will be in the show notes. We are at 1 hour and 15 minutes. Is there anything you would like to say before we end the show?
No.
No?
No.
All right. So, this has been a Novel Console. Signing off.
A horror console.
A horror. You want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.